Hello, I'm Yulia Graham. I am your scent sister, and if you're watching this, that makes you my scent brother, my scent sister, or my non-binary scent sibling. On this channel, I love to sometimes talk about perfume, usually from my car. Filming in my car, I will for you. Filming in my car. And sometimes I do fun stuff too.
And thank you so much, Chanel, Coco Mademoiselle, for giving me the confidence to come to you to accept this award.
I don't know that I would consider this not fun. Today I'm doing a tag video because I was tagged by Your Fragrant Friend J. She tagged me to talk about the one house from whom I have the most scents. And I thought long and hard, and I realized that the answer was right in front of my face. If you want to see all of my Oil Perfumery oils, keep watching. Your Fragrant Friend J. Hello, I am doing this for and with you. If you folks have not watched Your Fragrant Friend J, you should. I'm gonna link her channel down below. Up and coming, absolutely got it all. Amazing collection, amazing human being, and we're gonna learn lots from her. I know I am. My answer to this tag is to do a video all about all of my Oil Perfumery oils. You know that I love my Oil Perfumery oils, and I'm gonna leave some videos up in the cards and down below where I talk about why I use them, how I use them, which ones I like for which different things. And today I'm going to give you a very, very brief overview of all of them and what I think of them. And I'm going to put all the important information here. If you want to see another take on the same concept, please, please, please go check out the Lemon Girl 19, Daniela. She did a video about her oil perfumeries, and she's doing it as a series because she's going really in depth on how they smell and how they compare to the real thing. Please check that out. Let's do this now. I'm gonna just grab them and go. My oil perfumeries are absolutely my babies. These were my bottle babies. This one is Le Lion de Chanel. I've spoken about this 2 or 3 times. This particular fragrance is not my favorite. I will scroll the notes in the perfumer of the original, and I will tell you simply that this is not for me. Le Lion de Chanel, to me, if I can insert a clip, I will. When I first smelled it,
It smells like hay and despair.
I get a very intense hay scent. I get a barnyard smell. And really what I get is the scent of going behind the truck that is taking the cows to their final resting place. Le Lion de Chanel, as far as it goes with the Oil Perfumery version, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might just mail it to somebody I don't like very much. So if you get this in the mail, I'm not your friend. In no particular order, the second one is Black Phantom. Of course, we know that this one is by Kilian. And I was chatting with a few folks about this one, and they don't like it. Let me rephrase that. Rewind. Chatting with a few folks about this one, and this one strikes people as very, very strong. It's a difficult one to wear. It is, and I'm talking about the Kilian version of this, by the way, not the Oil Perfumery version. The word out there is that this is to be worn on the coldest of the cold days. I can see that. This is very warm. It's absolutely lovely. The Oil Perfumery version of this, of course, because it's an oil, does not have the ability really to be cloyingly sweet, and that is what is the issue for some folks with this. So to me, Black Phantom, the Oil Perfumery version, is something that I would wear to cuddle on a fall or winter night. It's warm, there's some spice, there's some florals. You'll see it all across, but to me, and rather than talking about the notes, I'll just tell you that it's sweet-ish and warm and very, very pleasant. I really like this one. Moving on, this is Gypsy Water. This is the Oil Perfumery version of Gypsy Water by Byredo. When I buy my oil perfumeries, I buy them with the aim to give my money, some to Oil Perfumery and some to the folks who actually created this scent. So they are, as Sarah McCartney says, they are imposters. They are. I'm using them as testers, and when I like them, everybody gets a little bit of my money. I really like this one. I'm loath to give Byredo some of my money. I should have included in my anti-haul because for what it is, you see, I can actually live without this. I'm going to use this up, but I can live without it. This is a nice scent. It's very nice. It's very pleasant. I'm getting something citrus on the top, whether that's there or not, we don't know. And I'm just getting a nice floral, fruity scent with a little bit of depth or grounding. I would say maybe there might be some musk in there. It's lovely. It's really lovely. When would I wear it? This would be completely office appropriate. It's gentle. There's nothing harsh about it. It's just a really pretty scent. I will probably use this in my vacuum cleaner rather than on my body. Gypsy Water, Oil Perfumery version of Byredo. It's a thumbs up. It's a good one. I want to show you something. I'm going to go in depth with a comparison with, look at this bottle, baby. Thank you to my husband who got this for me for my birthday just a little while ago. This is Casmarati 1888 Lira, the real thing. And I purchased it because the Oil Perfumery oil is my absolute favorite of all time, of anything for any reason. This is one of my favorite scents. I'm not going to do the spoiler on this because I am going to compare these two, but let me tell you something. The Oil Perfumery version of Casmarati 1888 Lira, the Xerjoff scent,
is everything.
It's everything. It's all of it. If you have not tried Lira and wish to, please pick this up and thank me later. If you have picked this up, please let people down below know how much you love it, because this is amazing. I'm gonna link a video up above, I probably already have, about where I show you how I actually use this and I put it on my body, and there's nothing like this. I remember saying when I first got this, if the actual Lira by Xerjoff smells half as good as this, it's worth it. I'll give you my thoughts on that later. No spoilers. Stay tuned. Next one that I have is, oh, there it is, Spiriteuse Double Vanille, and this is the clone from the impression. This is from Guerlain originally, and now Oil Perfumery has one. I spoke about this one in my 4 seasons tag video. If I could only have one scent from Oil Perfumery for one season, I would have chosen this one for the winter months. This is warm and sweet. It's boozy to me. It smells rich, so it's bougie and it's boozy. I think that this is classy, sophisticated. When you come in from the cold and somebody hugs you, this is what you want to hug this. If you have this one, let me know down below. This is Spiriteuse Double Vanille. It's vanilla and spice and everything warm and nice. I love this one. The next one is very, very sad, and it's one of those, I really hated it when I first smelled it and didn't understand it, and now I use it in my home. I'll show you how I take the cap off in one of my videos. It's up there. This is Blackberry and Bay. This is inspired by the Jo Malone fragrance, and the label is janky because at first I wasn't doing it correctly, taking the actual roller ball off. So if you've watched my other videos or anybody else's videos, there's supposed to be a roller ball in there, and for this one I wanted to pour its contents out, and I took the roller ball off rather than the whole rubber piece. You'll see up above. So it leaked, is what I'm trying to say. That's a long way to go. Blackberry and Bay for me is too much bay and not enough blackberry, and so I use this in my vacuum cleaner, and my house smells like a million, bajillion, billion bucks. I would not wear this on my body. There it is. The next one is one that I purchased, like I said, as a tester, and then I didn't like it at first. Surprise! And then I loved it, surprise! And I actually like the Oil Perfumery version of this better than the Maison Francis Kurkdjian version of Baccarat Rouge 540. Both are gorgeous. I love having both. I prefer this one because it's sweeter and less of that medicinal. Now here's the deal. Of course, this one doesn't project. It doesn't leave a trail. It does last, but it's not the beast that Baccarat Rouge 540 is. But I like the scent of it better. And for that reason, I layer them. I will put this on my scarf. It will last for weeks. So this is a case where I actually like the Oil Perfumery version better than the original upon which it's based. But Baccarat Rouge 540 Oil Perfumery version, fantastic. I was chatting with the Scented Lifestyle, Morima, and she said that she got this one as well to see if she wanted to spend the big bucks on the Baccarat Rouge 540. And she said that she uses hers after she's done a manicure, and she puts it on her cuticles and that her hands smell amazing. So there's another great use for it. Amazing. Thank you, Morima. There you go. Next, let's go. I've spoken about this one a few times. This is Armani Privé Rouge Malachite. This is the Oil Perfumery version. And again, it's a yellow and white floral. Jasmine and tuberose, and more tuberose and more tuberose. If you enjoy tuberose, this is the one for you. It's actually very, very pleasant now that I have forced myself to enjoy it. I will use this up, but I will never buy the Armani Privé Rouge Malachite. However, the Verte Malachite, I would love to sniff. This is a very fresh, pleasant, yet heady. How do you say that word? Heady? It's rich. When I say that it's fresh, it's because it actually smells like flowers, but it's heady because it's the type of flower that it drips with nectar and entices all the bees. So to me, this is a lovely fragrance that I wear in my hair, and I have to be in the right mood for it, and it's very heavy and heady and yet fresh. That is Armani Privé Rouge Malachite Oil Perfumery. The next one is one that, again, I wanted to try. Everybody was talking about this, and I wanted to try the original, but I didn't want to put out the money to blind buy it. And so this is Fève Délicieuse, the delicious bean. And it is the Christian Dior. It's a version of the Christian Dior. To my note, this depends. Sometimes I absolutely love this, and sometimes I absolutely don't. Perfumes d'Yves, hi sweetie, sent me the most generous decant in the world. I think it was 10 full milliliters. All of the ones she sent me were 10 full milliliters. One of them was this. And at first I wasn't sure whether they were similar or not because they feel so different. This one's heavier in terms of actually its texture rather than its smell. This scent is not necessarily for me. I did not end up purchasing a full bottle of Fève Délicieuse because the cherry note is so prominent to me. There is vanilla in there, lots of it, and booze. And it is warm and deep and delicious. And I think that this one is one that I am going to enjoy as I mature. I don't know how else to say that. Is it a mature scent? I don't know. To me, it is. And so I get that cherry and vanilla, and I get a little bit of lavender in there, and that kind of wrecks it for me for now, but it might not always. Fève Délicieuse is a very grown up, very complex scent that I wasn't ready, and you might be. So do check it out if you like something interesting. It's very sexy, it's very sweet, it's very heavy. This is the Oil Perfumery version of the Dior Fève Délicieuse.
And now for something completely different.
I just want to bust in here and give you one tiny little piece of advice that I received, and I do believe that it's true. When you buy the Oil Perfumery versions of the scents, you need to let the oil settle. It has to do with movement and air in the oil itself. So when you get them, if you sniff them right away out of when you get them in the mail, they're going to smell very different to you than if you let them sit for 2 weeks. Of course, you're going to smell them. You're not going to get a package in the mail and go, oh no, I'm not going to smell that. Of course, you're going to rip it open unless you're a psychopath, in which case, hi. So you should let these settle before wearing them if you don't enjoy them right away. If you enjoy them right away, then the bonus is they get better. It's amazing, they get better.
And now for something completely different.
This is another Xerjoff clone. I hate that word clone and I hate that word dupe. It's an inspired version that's here to help us see if it's something we want to give our money to. This is the Bouquet Ideal from Xerjoff, and I mentioned this one in a video just a little while ago. I get oud. I get oud and a little bit of flower, and it's a nice oud. It's not sweet. It is floral, but to me it's more woodsy than anything. It's sweet and lovely, and not for me necessarily. So this is, I would imagine that the real Bouquet Ideal wouldn't smell much better. It's a very lovely smell of its type, and it is not necessarily my jam now, but it's becoming my jam because my tastes are changing, and I think yours will too. This is a fantastic way to find out if you like the Xerjoff Bouquet Ideal.
3 more and the rest don't score.
Are you tired? Are you sick of this? There's just gonna be 3 more. This is light blue for her. Of all of my Oil Perfumery purchases, this is the only one that actually disappointed me. And I say that because I had the real thing first. This is the only one where I had the real thing first, the Dolce & Gabbana light blue for her. And then I purchased the Oil Perfumery because it didn't matter what I did and how much I sprayed, my light blue for her didn't last on me, and I really at the time enjoyed the scent, so I purchased this. This one is heavy. They're all heavy because they're oils, but this one smells like an oil. The rest of them don't smell like oil, they feel like oil. This feels and smells like oil. It's the least true, in my opinion, to the scent upon it which it's based. There's a grassy note in here that to me is not in the original, and so for me, light blue from the Oil Perfumery is the only disappointing one. The others are either they're on the other level, right? Like the other one, like Lion de Chanel, grosses me out. Say Bouquet Ideal, I'm hopefully optimistic that I will enjoy that one at some point. This one was just a full-on. So light blue for her is the only actual, what I would call disappointment. You know what? This is Beige from Chanel. I have not smelled the original. My lovely friend Kaylee from A Violin Chick. Hi Kaylee, I'm gonna leave her down below. She loves this one. This is a white floral. What was I thinking? I think there's even Lily of the Valley in here. I'm not a floral girl. I'm not a floral and I'm not a fruity. I am firmly a gourmand lover. I like citrus and I like anything gourmand. This is a floral. This is a beautiful floral. It's anything but beige. I should have included this in the ones where I talk about the name doesn't match the juice at all. There's nothing beige about this. This is incredibly rich. I didn't smell the Chanel DNA when I first opened it, but that's because I hadn't let it sit. This is very rich. It's very bougie. It's very posh. It's very floral. It's very, very lovely. And I would imagine that this would smell fantastic in the spring. When you just want something to go with your mood of rebirth and regeneration. It really is uplifting and beautiful. This is Beige Chanel from Oil Perfumery. Bal d'Afrique. This is another Byredo. This is another Byredo impersonation. And this is Bal d'Afrique. Bal d'Afrique is lovely and I like it very much. I don't use it on my body. It's not something for on my body. It's fruity and floral and sweet and lovely. And Byredo I probably will not be purchasing, but I will use up the Bal d'Afrique in my home. This was my response to Your Fragrant Friend J, her tag video for scents from one house that I have the most of. And so I don't want to tag anybody, but I do want to know your thoughts and ideas. I want to know, I want to carry this on and continue it. So if you want to do this tag, whether it's Instagram, whether it's in the comments, whether you have a YouTube channel or not, please consider yourself tagged. Thank you, Your Fragrant Friend J. You're my fragrant friend J. Please check out her channel. Please check out Daniela from the Lemon Girl, her video about her oil perfumeries. And that's it. That's all. I've kept you here for long enough. I am Yulia Graham, and you are my wonderful scent brother, scent sister, and non-binary scent sibling. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in the next one.